JBN, we keep you informed. I am Michelle Jones, and in the news, AC repair technician killed in Manchester. An air conditioning repair technician was shot and killed along Caledon Road in Manchester yesterday afternoon. He has been identified as Orlando Brown, otherwise called Wani. The police say Brown offered air conditioning repair services at a shop at a plaza along the roadway. Reports are that about 1:20 p.m., Brown was under a tent in the vicinity of a bar and lounge on Caledonia Road when a gunman approached him and shot him multiple times. An eyewitness said that Brown was standing with a woman when the gunman approached and told her to move out of the way before opening fire on Brown. He was rushed to the Mandeville Regional Hospital where he was pronounced dead. The gunman was said to have escaped on foot in the area. Investigations continue. Passenger from Jamaica held at Atlanta Airport with cocaine in shoes. U.S. Customs and Border Protection (CBP) officers on Sunday found cocaine concealed in shoes inside the bags of a 21-year-old Georgian woman who arrived at Hartsfield-Jackson Atlanta International Airport on a flight from Jamaica. The officers referred the woman for a further inspection. When she arrived and upon closer examination of her bags, found 7 pairs of shoes with a white powdery substance concealed in the shoe bottoms that field tested positive for cocaine, said CBP. Smugglers go through great lengths to conceal drugs from our officers, said Paul Rivera, CBP Port Director for the Airport of Atlanta. Narcotics interdiction remains a priority CBP enforcement mission, one that we take very seriously. The cocaine discovered was seized and weighed approximately 3 pounds, with a street value estimated at US $40,000. Atlanta CBP officers have turned the individual over to Clayton County Police Department for state prosecution. CBP conducts operations at ports of entry throughout the United States and regularly screens arriving international passengers and cargo for narcotics, weapons, and other restricted or prohibited products. The agency said on a typical day, it seized an average of 3,677 pounds of drugs. No bail for Trolloni butcher on attempted murder charge. Anthony Ricardo Bailey, the 34-year-old Trolloni butcher, who allegedly launched a near-fatal knife attack on his former girlfriend, Stefina Ralston, was remanded when he appeared in the Trolloni Parish Court on Monday. Bailey, who is charged with attempted murder, showed no emotion as he entered the courthouse in Ulster Spring, where Parish Judge Paula Archer Hall refused the bail application on his behalf, pending the outcome of another mentioned date set for later this week at the Clarkstown Courthouse. While Bailey is yet to retain a lawyer, the prosecution made it clear to the court that it was not in favor of the granting of bail to the accused. The court was told that, based on the accused man's temperament, it is quite likely that, if granted bail, it will tamper with the case by seeking to intimidate the witnesses. The accused man is from the same community of Warsop, Trolloni, and if admitted to bail, it is likely that he'll interfere with the witnesses in the case against him, a member of the prosecution team told the court. He knows the community well and will use that knowledge to pursue the complainant and other witnesses by any means necessary. The court was also informed that the police mounted 3 island-wide operations in search of Bailey before he surrendered on April 26. On the day Bailey surrendered, he reportedly told the police that he was aware that they were searching for him. "Me know so the police are look for me, but me just a come now to come talk to you," Bailey reportedly said when he was cautioned by the police when he was arrested. Bailey told Judge Archer Hall that he would have to ask his mother if she would retain a lawyer on his behalf. The allegations are that on April 15, Bailey attacked Ralston, 23, with a sharp knife and inflicted multiple stabs and slash wounds all over her body before fleeing the scene, believing she was dead. The Trolloni butcher, who is popularly known as Israel, had been accused by Ralston of attacking her with a machete in the past. In a Gleaner story published on April 22, Ralston described her near-death experience as a culmination of many months of brutal beatings at the hands of Bailey during their 16-month relationship. Capsized party boat was not licensed. The party boat that capsized in Negri last weekend was not licensed to carry visitors, says the Tourism Product Development Company, TPD Co., an agency of the Ministry of Tourism. And the operators are to be charged by the police, who have confirmed that their investigations are far advanced in relation to the breaches of the Disaster Risk Management Act, DRMA. If it is proven that there was in excess of 10 persons on the boat, if there was loud music emanating from within the boat, they breached the DRMA. Because if you're going to play music, you need a permit, Superintendent Robert Gordon, commander of the Westmoreland Police Division, said on Monday. Gordon said charges will be laid in relation to the incident, which could have resulted in mass casualties at sea. Reports are that when other seafarers moved over to help persons on the tilting vessel, the added weight caused the distressed boat to lean to one side. Crackdowns on entertainment events, banned because of COVID-19 social gathering risk, have driven partygoers to sea, said Gordon. But we will be strategizing, and we'll be prosecuting them on sea, on land, and if they go in the air, there'll be a way for us, the commanding officer said. The boat investigation is being led jointly by the Divisional and Marine Police. The thatch roof boat involved in the incident is reportedly owned by a Canadian woman. It is unclear whether the vessel was certified by the Maritime Authority of Jamaica, MAJ. MAJ guidelines require fire, insurance, and other safety compliance. Built to look like a mini catamaran, the boat was resting on two pontoons. The owners used sandbags to maintain balance. The boat also housed a stripper pole, which was one of its popular attractions. Mayor condemns beating of 3 homeless people while they slept. Mayor of Kingston, Senator Delroy Williams, has condemned the beating of 3 homeless people in Kingston while they were asleep on Sunday night. I cannot but reiterate that it speaks to the awful state of affairs within the conscience of men, or perhaps it is a deranged serial attacker. But we already have a difficult task in managing to care for our brothers and sisters who have, for whatever reason, met upon hard times and found themselves vulnerable and homeless, Mayor Williams said in a statement. I am happy that the police have a suspect in custody in this latest incident, and we are working with the JCF, residents and other stakeholders as the investigation progresses, said the mayor. Keen attention, he said, will be paid to the areas where homeless people converge as Sunday's beating follows the murder of 3 homeless men earlier this year. We continue to explore avenues to ensure utmost safety and care of the homeless and continue to encourage them to use the state-run facilities for their protection. Poor relief officers and other workers will be redoubling our due diligence in appealing to these homeless persons to stay in the approved shelters, especially at nights, said Williams. Poor relief officers, he added, continually go above and beyond the call of duty with limited resources to serve and care for the poor and homeless. According to Williams, a lot has been done to improve the care afforded to the homeless population, with greater investments to come from both the public and the private sectors. Our partners in the private sector, NGOs and other industries play a great role in what we have been able to accomplish for the care of the homeless, and will be focusing on their protection even greater moving forward, said the mayor. Unease among cops over alleged vaccine ultimatum for promotion. There is growing disquiet among some members of the Jamaica Constabulary Force, JCF. This after some rank-and-file members were allegedly notified that they will not be placed in a promotional training program if they are not vaccinated against COVID-19. The promotional program vacancies left behind by unvaccinated police officers would be filled by their colleagues who have been inoculated against the respiratory illness, according to information circulating on social media. When contacted for a comment on the matter, head of the Jamaica Police Federation, Corporal Ron James, said he would be commenting on the matter later on Tuesday after he had received vital information on the issue. But it is understood that the Federation is in the process of arranging a meeting with Police Commissioner Major General Anthony Anderson to discuss the issues and concerns of police officers related to the issue of vaccination. Jamaica began its vaccination program against the dreaded novel coronavirus in March. The police officers along with other frontline workers, were prioritized in the first 2 weeks of the program to get their first jab of the AstraZeneca vaccine. However, reports suggest that since that time, the take-up of the vaccine among law enforcers has been relatively low. The police high command is yet to respond to those claims or allegations of whether some police officers set for the promotional training are being mandated to get the AstraZeneca vaccine. Drought affecting some Hanover and Westmoreland communities. The National Water Commission (NWC) is reporting that there's a 35% decline in production at the Logwood treatment plant in Hanover due to drought conditions affecting the facility. As a result, customers in sections of Hanover and Westmoreland who are served by this facility are likely to experience disruptions in their water supply. Areas likely to be affected include in Hanover, Orange Bay, Green Island, Winchester, Caldwell, Flamstead, Newtown, Pedro, and the surrounding areas. In Westmoreland, Negril, Sheffield, Whitehall, West End, Nonpareil, and Norman Manley Boulevard. The NWC says it regrets any inconvenience caused and craves the patience and understanding of its customers. 48 new COVID cases, 3 additional deaths. The Ministry of Health and Wellness has reported 48 more confirmed COVID-19 cases in the past 24 hours and 3 additional deaths. This increases the pandemic total to 46,087 cases and 793 deaths. 1 death, which was previously under investigation, has been ruled as coincidental, bringing the total to 117. 9 of the new COVID cases were recorded in St. James, 8 in Kingston and St. Andrew, 6 in Manchester, 5 each in Clarendon, St. Thomas and Westmoreland, while Portland, St. Catherine and Trolloni had 3 each, and Hanover had 1. There were no new cases in St. Anne, St. Elizabeth and St. Mary. Meanwhile, the 3 latest deaths were males, aged 91, 82, previously under investigation, and 79 from St. Mary, St. Catherine, and Kingston and St. Andrew, respectively. The number of COVID-19 patients in hospital is now 218, with 18 moderately ill and 26 critically ill. There were also 159 recoveries, bringing to 21,646 the total number of people to recover from the virus in Jamaica. In JBN, we keep you informed. Please remember, subscribe, like, share, leave us a comment, and click the notification bell to receive our daily news items.